How's it going, Ohio Strength fam? Coach Bruce here, kicking off another week of our out-of-the-box, at-home workouts. Hopefully you guys are starting to at least get somewhat of a routine going, staying active, staying safe out there. But we're going to keep bringing these to you until we get through this and see your smiling faces back in the gym. So until then, today's Metcon, we do have a 20-minute AMRAP. It's going to be 20 minutes of air squats, 20 minutes of 20 air squats, 20 sit-ups, and then 10 handstand push-ups. So we'll get into some scaling options and some things with that in a little bit, but to start out, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up here. So I'll walk you through some of the movements, and then we'll go from there. So our warm-up is going to be a 5-minute AMRAP. Although it's an AMRAP, it's just to kind of keep you moving. So just get really just take your time with these movements, get nice and loose, get warm for our 20-minute longer AMRAP today. So to start off, we're going to do 25 jumping jacks. So if you want, you can sub that for mountain climber, just like plate hops if you got a plate. Just something to get your heart rate going, but we'll do 25 just jumping jacks. So just, again, to get our heart rate going, get moving a little bit, start getting our muscles loosened up a little bit. After you get through those, we're going to do 10 Spider-Man lunges or groiners. So again, getting down into that lunge, trying to slowly get down as far as you can. If you can get that forearm to the ground, awesome. If not, you can just kind of hang out there and then switch. So again, take your time with these. You can do 10, so 5 each side of those, just to get loosened up. Next up, we've got these Samson lunges. So again, nice lunge, making sure we're not overextending our knee, but staying perpendicular there. And then reaching back, really opening up our chest, stretching those abs a little bit. You can even throw in a twist if you'd like. Again, we're just going to alternate, stretch back, and do 5 of those on each leg. And then lastly, for this AMRAP, we're going to do shoulder taps. So 20 shoulder taps. A couple ways you can do this. One, you can just be in this push-up position and tapping each shoulder. So again, we don't want to be moving a whole bunch on these while we're tapping. Trying to stay nice and tight with our core, and back and forth. So if you get into the second round, if you want to help warm up your handstand push-ups, you can also do shoulder taps on the wall. So you can do a wall walk up to here, and then doing shoulder taps from here. Again, trying to stay nice and stable as best we can with those. So again, we've got that 5-minute AMRAP, just those jumping jacks or something to get your heart rate moving. Those 10 Spider-Man lunges, 10 Samson lunges, and then those 20 shoulder taps. So once we get through those 5 minutes, hopefully you're getting a little bit nice and warm. We're going to go into some Metcon prep for the Metcon. So we're just going to do kind of 2 practice rounds, cutting the movements in half. So what we're going to do, 2 rounds of 10 of those air squats, 10 sit-ups, and 5 handstand push-ups. So go through those movements, but before we get into those, I'll start going over some scaling options for the workout. So again, it is a little bit longer of a workout, 20-minute AMRAP. So a couple of movements that you can scale down. So obviously with the, for the squats, where the squats and the sit-ups, you pretty much do those movements. If you need to, you can scale the reps down if you'd like, but again, trying to get to those 20 for each of those. But obviously the big one is going to be the handstand push-ups. So a couple options you can do is if you have any kind of, I got a bar stool, you can have your couch, you can have a chair, just something to get your feet hopefully elevated. So have your feet up here and trying to get that vertical movement there. So that way you still kind of get that feeling of being inverted. You can still do, just scaling that movement down a little bit. If you want a little bit less of a scale, you can always, if you did get an ab mat sit-up, or ab mat for sit-ups, you can use that under your head just to limit that range of movement a little bit. You can also just use a towel, a small pillow, just something to limit that range of movement a little bit, so you don't have to go all the way down on those handstand push-ups. And then, if not, you can either do some kind of shoulder press if you have any weights, just seated shoulder press. It's kind of look like this. Any kind of weight or dumbbells that you have. And then if you really want to scale it down, you can just do regular push-ups as well. So you can do that too. Again, for the handstand, push-ups, I'm just going to do a couple for you. If you can, I'd recommend doing them strict. If not, you can also do the kipping variety as well. But again, when we do these and kick up to the wall, making sure we're keeping our core nice and tight. We don't want our butt to be sagging down. Or to get there, just nice and slow down and up. And again, we're going to try to do 10 of those. If that's starting to take you a while, it shouldn't take you any longer than about 45 seconds to do those 10. So if you get to that 45, I would just recommend going on to the next movement. Also, just trying to maybe next round, scaling down the reps maybe a little bit as well if you don't want to scale the movement itself. But again, so it's pretty straightforward. 20-minute AMRAP, 20 air squats, 20 sit-ups, and then the 10 handstand push-ups. One thing I did want to mention too, if you guys want to make this a little bit more of an RX plus, if you've got some kind of dumbbell, kettlebell, sandbag, you can also do the squats either with front rack or put it on your back, rear rack. But again, doing those, you can do those squats with some kind of backpack or weight. You can also do the sit-ups with that same weight. The only thing I don't want to see with the sit-ups is if you have a dumbbell, of actually using it for momentum. So if you have the dumbbell, got a sandbag here, we don't want to be, if we go into our sit-up, we don't want to be using this as momentum to get up. If you're going to use a dumbbell, sandbag, book bag, something like that, make sure you're keeping it close to your chest so that you're getting that full weight as you're doing those sit-ups. So that is our Metcon today. If you like, I do have an optional finisher as well. So this one's going to be kind of an ab finisher, ab blaster for you. So this is going to be 5 rounds for time. It's going to be 10 hollow rocks, 10 V-ups, 10 tuck-ups, and then a 10-second hold of that hollow rock. We're going to do that and then you get a minute of rest. So then we're going to do that for 5 rounds. So I'll go through those movements pretty quickly. We have, again, the hollow rocks are just going to be slowly rocking back and forth here. That movement. If that's too difficult for you, you can also just scale the hollow rocks to tuck-ups as well, which I'll go over in a second. Then we have V-ups. So V-ups are going to be all the way back, fully extended, and then bringing those legs and arms up at the same time. I don't want to see this and then bringing them separately, so trying to do that at the same time. And then lastly, we have those tuck-ups, which are going to be this movement here. So if you need to, you can scale those movements down to the tuck-ups or scale the reps as well. But then after you get through those movements, you have your 10-second hollow body hold. With this, making sure our lower back's against the ground. We don't have our shoulders back on this hold. So it should be with kind of your butt and your lower back are the only things touching the ground here. So you get that 10-second hold, minute of rest. We're going to go through that 5 times. So with that built-in rest, make sure you're really, those those movements, you should be really pushing those, should really feel those even after your second round or so. Should really start feeling those. You got that minute of rest, so work hard during those working sets. So that is it for today's workout. So got an AMRAP, that ab finisher. If you have any questions, as always, please reach out to myself or any of our coaches. But hopefully all you guys are staying safe and active, and look forward to seeing you guys soon, hopefully.